Well, Danny, I suppose you're one of those much loved creatures we have at Manchester United, the winger, and in particular right winger. But you're a London lad, yet you started out in Southampton. I mean, how did that happen?
Yeah, well, it was my teacher's fault really. My PE teacher, Keith Wadder, wrote to the club and asked them if I can come down for a trial. And I think it was a couple of weeks later, like Southampton, I think they came down and watched me play in a Saturday game for my school team. And I think from there, it just went on and on. Southampton signed me as a schoolboy.
So where did you have to go to train with Southampton? Because Southampton's a long way from Deptford, where you grew up.
They were. I used to go to Slough, which was about halfway between Southampton and London. My school teacher took me after school. We got on the train on the underground and made our way to Slough.
And what was it like? Because I mean, we're going back now to what year would this have been? This would have been about what, early 80s, late 70s?
78, I think it was. Yeah. Somewhere around 78.
Because again, everybody talks about sort of racism in sport, but I can remember certainly as far back as that, black kids not even getting picked for the school team.
That's right, yeah.
Never mind getting trials for clubs.
Yeah, I mean, with me coming from Deptford, it is really rife down there. A lot of racism, and I think that's one of the reasons why my teacher picked Southampton, because he could get me out of London, and with Southampton being such a small club, it was a good club for me to learn my career.
And so what happened after that? Because obviously we know your two brothers, Rod and Ray, they both ended up at Southampton as well, didn't they?
That's right, yeah. 5 years after I made my debut, actually, they signed apprentice forms of, I think it was about 84, 85, and they were up there, and they done really well as well. It's nice to have three brothers in a club like that.
Man, you can't lord it over them then, can you? Oh, you're in the first team.
That's so right. That's okay. Yeah. I mean, that's what they was aiming for. They was aiming for, to get into the first team. Yeah. I mean, they worked really hard, and I think about 1988 they got in the first team, and we played all together in the first team. So it was really, really good.
Didn't you actually play against Manchester United when you were only 16?
That was my debut. I signed apprenticeship forms, I think it was in July, and by the end of November, I think I was in the first team. So, unbelievable experience. We had some great players at Southampton at that time. Mickey Shannon and Alan Ball and Kevin Keegan, Big Dave Watson, the centre back. There were some great players, and for me to make my debut at a young age of 16, was absolutely terrifying, but a great experience.
So what are your memories of that game at Old Trafford?
Not a lot, really, to tell you the truth.